mute unless you're talking because the background noise leads over into the feed.
Okay, here I go. Mute.
All right, hello, we are live. You have reached the Calentier internal decision meeting for the month of July. We will be making decisions on the Calentier ILOI dated 6/23. I am Dorcas Whitecap. I am IS Herald. That is the internal submissions herald for Calentier. Now I'll let people introduce themselves. Kathleen, how about you?
All right. I am Kathleen Inyanwi Lachlan. I am currently the Deputy Herald for the Canton of Axtrude.
And Zanita, you're currently on mute, but...
Hi, I'm Zanita Baseggio. I am currently the Herald for the Canton of Axtrude, as well as Red Hawk Herald for Calentier, which is our external commenting herald.
Giovanni?
I am Giovanni Lododan. I am currently Kite Regional Deputy Herald to Gold Falcon. I cover the northeast of Calentier, which is basically all of Iowa. Almost all of Iowa.
All right. Shemana, you can unmute and introduce yourself, please. You're on mute. You're on mute. It's one of those buttons.
There we go. I have buttons now.
There.
I found buttons.
All right.
Am I off mute? Yes. Hello. I'm Shemana Echeverria. I am Cover Shard Herald, which is the Herald of the Barony of Cordon-Bleu in Des Moines, and I'm actually at our fighter practice at the moment.
Which is why you were mute.
Which is why I will be muting as soon as I find the button again.
Okay.
There it goes.
And the last person is Gottfried. He is on mute. He is currently stepped away because we are, he's talking to his mother in Florida? Anyway, he will join us shortly. So letting people know, Shemana, this is live. It is being streamed to YouTube, and what happens on YouTube is forever. So just letting you know. All right, then. Let us begin with item number 1, a badge for Anya Inyan McCon. This is a Lily's War submission. Kevin McKee drew it.
I have to say the redraw is much better. It did look like a ferret.
I agree.
Okay. And let's see, I'm not sure. Yes, I did show this redraw to the user, to the client, to the submitter. So I am gonna do copies and pastes and fix up new forms, and the redraw is what's gonna go onto the external letter. So the note that I'm adding is forward the redraw to Laurel. Anybody have anything else to add? Well, all right then. I'll move right along to item number 2, a new name for Asvidr Vakra. We found Asvidr in Nordisk Runom's lexicon and also Vakra. So while I do appreciate Frida's going the extra mile for us, I'm a little concerned when she says I can't offer any further documentation, because it sounds like this surname won't fly because I can't document it. And I don't think that's what she meant.
No. I would go ahead and send it up. It just means you can't find it in any other sources. We accept the book it comes from, so I think we're good. And I find no conflicts on it.
Agreed.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Okay then. Item number 3, the new heraldic title for the Canton of Axtroot, that is Sinister Herald. We established that there is no problem at all with groups below baronial status having titled pursuivant.
And I don't think we found any conflicts on it. I think there's a sinister something herald, but it's got the addition of a thing.
Okay. Well then, forward this to Laurel.
Yay!
Yes.
And in case nobody sees my comment on the YouTube, I am following the YouTube chatter to see if anybody has questions. Please put your question in the chat there.
Thank goodness.
Awesome.
I always forget to ask about that. Okay then, that was 3. Item number 4, the Kingdom of Callantyr, a new badge. It will be for the Callantyr Bakers Guild. Fieldless, on a baker's peel, bendwise sinister or a cross of Calatrava purpure.
I agree with the reblazing suggestion.
I don't know.
I tend to agree with Modar and with Gawain. The fact is, if the baker's peel were upright, the cross of Calatrava would be bendwise or bendwise sinister, whichever. And so the tertiary charge, which is the cross of Calatrava, its orientation relationship to the thing it's on, I think that is blazonable, or it needs to be blazoned.
Especially with a
yes.
fieldless badge.
That is correct, I guess. Yeah, because if they're palewise on a bend, we have to blazon it that way. So
Yes. Okay.
If nothing else, overblazing and they'll fix it later.
yeah,
That's true.
it's clunky, but that's the way you get it.
Yep.
So we're going with Mordar's suggestion for the blazon,
Yes.
bendwise and palewise. Okay.
On a baker's peel, bendwise sinister, or a cross of Calatrava palewise purpure. Wait a minute. Now I'm all confused again. Because the orientation, the relationship of the cross of the tertiary to the charge it's on. No. Modar's right. Okay, my brain. Yes, if
We're pretty sure Bruno's right.
upend, we would say that the cross is palewise. If
Because
it were
it's not following not following the line of the charge it's on.
right, that's why it needs to be blazoned. Okay,
Or because Modar says.
that too. All right, are we ready to move on to item number
Yes.
5?
Yes, please.
Quickly before we keep going.
Yes. Okay. Item number 5. We have a name and a device. The name is Kopen in Krishna. Kopen it's a Jewish name, and in Krishna is from Girbasi, and it means the Christian. And Sina Appendix C says you can have English and Scandinavian name elements.
Are we worried that it's a specified as a nickname instead of a given name in the documentation, apparently?
I see what Frida is saying. But now back in the day when we would not register Betty or Bess because they were nicknames, and now we do. So I think
I think it's good. I think it's fine.
That's all I was specifying, was because our documentation line specifies a nickname.
And
No,
if
her
it's,
issue there, I think, is that the article doesn't say
excuse me.
that Copen was used.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even looking at Frida's comment. I had just seen
Yeah.
in the line of documentation nickname, and that triggered something for me. So
Okay.
It's on a heraldry.sca.org site, so we really should just go ding, done.
true.
No, that's not quite what that means. We can. That's a philosophical question, but I think that's not quite what that means. But it's above our pay grade in any extent, in any case.
Agreed.
There you go.
Very.
Well,
Yes.
yes.
All right, so that is the name, and here is the device for Copen in Krishna. Oh, wait, somebody said it needed 2 N's in Krishna because,
I'm not.
No.
Oh,
am I wrong?
Oh, in? Or in Krishna?
Frida's last line, it specifies finally if the submitter wants a masculine name, the byname should be in Krishni.
Krishni.
Krishni, Hari,
But-
Hari.
In with 2 N's and Krishni instead of Krishna.
Well,
If the
okay.
submitter wants a masculine name.
Which
Uh,
it specifies.
Which it says it does.
right, it does. Does somebody want to contact the submitter? I don't know where this person is from, so I don't know who is the person to contact them. Let
I
me
don't know
click
either.
on docs and I'll see. Oh, come on. Oh, and I'm the only one who can look at docs. And
Yes.
Oscar has slowed to a crawl. There we are. Come on. You can do it. Jeff City. Okay.
I think Jeff City closest would be Gottfried, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, it's Wyvern Cliff. So, I tell you what, Gottfried or I will take this one. I may hand it off. All right, let's see. Contact submitter.
While you're making your notes, Master Modar is in the chat on YouTube.
Ooh, hi, Modar. All right.
I think someone's going to have to contact this submitter anyway, given the device.
Okay, moving on to the device. Per fess, sable, and ghouls, a fess embattled, and 3 crosses crosslet fitchy, and a bear salient maintaining a bow palewise or. It is a Kevin Skinny Critter special.
Yeah.
But that's a bear's face and a bear's tail.
Yes. We need a reblazon. It should be her fess, sable, and ghouls, a fess embattled between 3 crosses, crosslet fitchy, and a bear salient.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have a slight issue with identifiability on this one. Given that the bow is not
Strung.
strung, it just looks like a stick.
Yeah, the bow is
Yeah.
tough to identify.
It's lilies. Yeah. But that one's really hard to, it kind of looks like a banana. It kind of looks like a stick.
I'm opening up the black and white right now just to see, and
Looking
even
at the
there
color.
it's tough. Even
Yeah.
with the black and white line drawing, it's tough to identify it.
I think anybody drawing a bow, a longbow that isn't strung, it's a stick.
Yeah, if the bow isn't drawn, it's tough to say, yep, that's a bow.
And then Modar is asking, does the submitter want salient or a bear in the position as it is on the submission? Because they are slightly different.
Yeah.
Oh, right. This bear is
Modar and
obviously.
Gawain both brought up its stand erect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it may have been in a Lily's War, just mix up of terms, but we probably should verify one way or the other.
Yeah.
If salient is on the form.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, the bow is strung. It is definitely strung. It's not drawn, so it's not pulled. But this bow, I can see the bow itself, and I can see the bowstring.
Yeah, there's a string on it, but there should probably be more of a curve to it, shouldn't there?
Yeah.
Is a long bow strung? It still has that curve to it.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, Colleen, you're very quiet. You're soft, but if you want to say something.
Let's see if I can turn this up. Sorry, I'm on my Bluetooth headset, so sometimes sounds get lost. I think part of the other reason that it gets a little lost is when you pull up the color version, they colored between the string and the bow itself as ore, so it all becomes one big sticko color rather than seeing the field through where the string and the bow are.
Okay, that's a fair point. So here is my question. The ELOI is going to be published on like August.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to take off for a sec. I might come back.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so the external letter is going to be published on August 5th or 6th or something. Is somebody else going to be able, because I'm doing Penzic prep, so is somebody else going to be able to create a redraw with, no question about the bear, no question about the bow, and show it to the submitter and get approval from the submitter before it goes on the external letter?
No, I can't, but I thought that it's too late for that anyway. I thought it had to be done within like a week of it going on a letter.
No, we can put new artwork on the external letter with the submitter's approval.
Okay.
Yeah, we are not bound. I mean, it's what we're going to do for Anya's sea ferret.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there at the top. So, Gottfried, you're back. Hello.
I am. I am. Yeah, to clarify, I caught a little bit on this. At the internal level, we have a little bit more leeway on things like that. We can make some changes on the fly, but once it goes on external, then yes, external it's at a 10-day clock, and if we don't find anything wrong and they come up and say on the 11th day that something's wrong and we tried to make that change, we are dead in the water. But up until that time frame, we can.
Right.
Okay, so it's the external that has that time frame.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Exactly correct.
So Gottfried, the question then is, I know you're kind of having an attack of life, and I'm having
God.
Penzic. And so the question is anybody here going to be able to contact the submitter and ask him to approve a redraw if we get a redraw in time?
Okay, I'm assuming we're talking number 5.
Yes, sorry, number 5.
No, that's where I was thinking. Because of the way things have happened, my time frame got pushed an additional week, so I will be here until Sunday. So yes, for all intents and purposes, if I can get something, I can make contact with the submitter at that point in time. After that, it might get a little bit dicey for the next week. But
I can work on a redraw right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's awesome.
As soon as I get my
Right.
Yep. Work for me.
Okay. Okay, and also I was going to kind of throw Modar under the bus here. Hi, Modar. He's very good and very quick with doing here. How about this for a redraw? So we might ask him if he would be willing and able.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
but we have options. So Giovanni, you and Modar can have a race. Okay.
Yes. The only time it gets the weirdness comes into play, and I've kind of got a workaround, but I don't know if anybody else has got a better workaround. But if I absolutely have to, I can turn the PDF submission form into a JPEG, a blank one. If you've got one of those,
talk about that. No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We have.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Okay.
But yes, so I can create a redraw if somebody else is willing to do the contacting. So
okay. So
yeah, I can do.
Yeah, Gottfried, you can see the guy's email address. We're also going to have to ask him about his name. Does he want to be? Does he want the masculine form? Because what he has submitted is the feminine form. So the in Krishna, feminine form in Krishni is the masculine, and I will catch you up. I will catch you up after the meeting.
Check.
All right.
Check.
So how about, let me see, here's my notes. Yes, reblazon it, redraw before ELOI. Okay, those are my cryptic notes. I'm ready to move on to item number 6. Are other people ready to move on?
I'm good.
People stay.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Item number 6, a name and a device for Aya Ulstringer. First, the name. Aya is found in one of Ariane Wee's articles, and Ulstringer is from Gearbossi.
I didn't find any conflicts on the name.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6 name is send up. Number 6, the device. Sable on a plate, a serpent in annulo conturni vert. And yes, I will spell conturni correctly.
Modar brought up a conflict, and he's right. I can't find a second thing to difference it from what he brought up.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have to return the device, unfortunately.
Yep, there's a 1 DC for changing an hourglass into a snake.
But they're green.
Yep.
Darn it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what I'm going to put in the notes. Well, unfortunately, moving right along. Item number 7, a new name and device for, I'm just going to pronounce it, Fragir Fastaldi.
Is this Fosty, or is this somebody different?
Fosti, his first name is Fostmunder. Fastaldi is the by name. And yes, this is Tenacious Love Spear. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin does love that. I did not run.
Oh, and Modar would like to say he's sorry to have found the conflict on the previous device.
Well, at least they found
better
it
now. Yeah, better now than later.
And appreciate it very much. Okay, so the name Fragir or Freugir Fastaldi. Freugir is found in Nordisk Renom's lexicon, and Fastaldi is a byname in Gearbossi. It looks well constructed, the name.
Yeah, if nothing else, Frito would come up if it's not constructed right.
That's true.
The sites, and the docs are righteous.
Yeah.
So.
All right then.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything.
All right. So the device.
Never mind.
Was that an O? Shall I stop?
No, never mind.
All right. The device. Purpure, 2 spears in saltire ore, and a moon in her plentitude, and a bordure argent.
As an aside, I have found that somebody else has already registered House Moon Spear, so nobody suggest that to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
they don't have a device or anything through on Moonspear, right?
Not that I saw.
Just the name.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, but there's nothing wrong with this device, right?
Poor.
I haven't found anything.
A moon in her plentitude.
Nobody's gonna.
There's
the artwork.
There's no. Matter of fact, the artwork with the moon in her plentitude with the smile makes me kind of giggle. But
Jesus.
Modar has mentioned that he does not see a conflict for this
Okay.
device.
and you've got Mo on
YouTube.
chat. Check.
Yes.
I don't. There's something that seems clunky about the blazon, and I don't know if I'm right, wrong, or just being.
The primary charges are the pair of spears in saltire, so that goes
Right.
first. Well,
Right.
I would maybe flip it per 2 spears in saltire ore and a moon in her plentitude, a bordure argent.
Do we need to
Okay.
specify?
Yeah.
Do we need to specify that the moon is in chief?
We need. Oh no.
Otherwise, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, that is true.
In chief, a moon in her plentitude.
you know,
Per between 2 spears in saltire or a moon in her plentitude and a border argent.
But where would the between be, technically? Because it could be above, it could be below.
That's true.
I think in
Modar is
chief is
mentioning, I might say in chief about the moon.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be in chief.
Yeah,
okay.
that would resolve it.
All right. Gonna reblazon. Uh-oh. That's number 7, the device. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Reblazon. And in chief. All right. Purpure, 2 spears in saltire ore. In chief.
Comma. Yes.
Yeah, comma.
In chief.
In chief, a moon in her plentitude and a bordure argent.
Yep,
Right.
Correct.
that sounds good.
And you know what? It doesn't matter if we're wrong. That's fine.
Yeah, it'll get fixed.
All right, ready to move along to item number 8?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. A name for Gaius Scipio Titianus. Titianus? However you do that, Tian. So the Gaius is a praenomen and Titianus as a cognomen. That's cool. I will repeat my comment that we rely on the tubs of books containing printouts of name articles, and the Scipio as a nomen came out of a book that is no longer an acceptable source. So that's a side note. But also the nomen Scipio as a nomen. Again, I can only repeat that somebody non-SCA who I consider knowledgeable, and I asked Drix and he couldn't tell me off the top of his head, but somebody else said that Scipio family was a branch of the gens Cornelius, and so Scipio is a nomen, but I don't have, and she hadn't provided for me any documentation that Scipio is a nomen.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up a couple of things here.
I was even trying to look under Latin. Let's see. And in really? That's mixes. I don't need mixes. But,
I was the
heck,
consultant here, so.
hey, I mean, I have to figure out that Scipio Africanus comes somewhere. Now, what's a nomen, conomen?
Okay, he was, I don't remember his praenomen, but he was something Cornelius Scipio Africanus.
Yeah,
So
Africanus was his.
Africanus were both cognomens.
Yeah, yeah.
Herbaeus. Hi, Herbaeus.
Howdy.
Here's the question. Can we do a nomen, cognomen, cognomen?
No.
We could,
Wait, is it a thing?
but Gaius is not a nomen.
It's a praenomen.
Do you have Gaius as a nomen?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to.
Hold on.
One moment. I'm gonna have to bow out for a second.
Okay,
Emergency.
sorry. So if we can do Gaius as a nomen, and I'm pretty sure it's not.
The question is, we need to find a good source for.
I'm seeing
Roman.
Scipio as a cognomen, with the Cornelius being the nomen.
Exactly.
That was
And-
the link that I was able to find.
All right, so I've had some communication with this submitter when I first found this problem, and he's willing to be Gaius Cornelius Titianus.
Can we check the? One second here.
Hi, Herbaeus. Is that you clicking your mouse?
Yeah, sorry.
I love you.
I'm doing it in the service of seeing if I can dig anything up,
Ah, okay.
but I will endeavor to not go clunk, clunk, clunk.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. At least you knew it was likely to be me.
Okay, so according to the Ursula Georges article, under the heading of cognomen, a cognomen could be inherited or be a personal nickname. Some men used 2 or more cognomina. So if he went by if he went Gaius Cornelius Scipio Titanius, or Titianus, however you want to pronounce it, we could do that if he's willing to do that.
I think what we should do is forward this to Laurel Level, ask for help finding Scipio as a nomen, but with the note saying the submitter is willing to go with the nomen Cornelius if he can keep all of the rest of the things in the right place. Can somebody tell me who Scipio Africanus, what was his praenomen? And
his full name, as I'm finding it in Wikipedia, was Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus.
excellent.
Right.
So there's no question of conflicting with Scipio Africanus.
Well,
There
that's his full name, but if he was widely known as Scipio Africanus, then that form of his name is protectable.
Right, but
Yeah, but we're not putting.
this submitter doesn't want Africanus. This
Right.
submitter wants Gaius Scipio Titianus or possibly Gaius Cornelius Scipio Titianus. So there is no conflict.
There's yeah.
we're not
Okay.
worried about conflict. We're just worried making sure we can construct it.
No,
And
yeah.
Modar has found 2 other Romans with effectively both Gaius Cornelius Scipio with a either cognomen, a second cognomen, or a something. So,
But are they important enough to protect?
no, I don't think he's worried about that. He's mentioning that we would have to construct it with the Cornelius, but something between Gaius and Scipio is what he's seeing.
Right. So I think that because we have some hint that that Scipio might be a Nomen, we have that Scipio might be a Nomen. If we forward as is with the note saying, if nobody else can find Scipio, can document Scipio as a Nomen, the submitter is willing to go with Cornelius as the Nomen, as long as he can have double cognomens, which he can. Scipio Titianus.
Yes, do that.
Okay.
Yes. That is a productive line.
All right. With the
Makes
note,
it easy to figure out what to do if it has to be fixed.
right. Adding Cornelius is would be acceptable if necessary. Okay. So have we talked this one to pieces? Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 9, a new name for Gritka Winterbark. So the documentation says Gretki, which of course is pronounced Gretka. But then Frida came through with support for simply respelling Gretki as Gretka.
For an AE swap in that context.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the times, yeah. Yeah.
With everything matching up too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I find no conflict, so.
All right. So forward. I can type. Really, I can. Forward to Laurel. With Frida's
Actually,
extra.
okay. Everybody's still going on. Hi, guys. I came back and now I'm muting you again.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're good on that one. Anybody have anything else to add for Gretka Winterbark?
Nope.
Okay, then. Moving right along, item number 10, a new name and device for Habar Refskeg. The name, both Habar and Refskeg are from Gearbossi. So that seems fine.
Yep. Name docs are righteous.
All right.
No conflicts found.
No conflicts. Lovely.
Excellent.
All right. So now the question about this device. Vert, a tree blasted issuant from a sword pommel within a bordure argent.
It does need to be changed to
Yeah.
Sword
the hilt.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do that. And as for a tree issuant from a piece of a sword, you know, I live in the barony of Forgotten Sea, and our arms have a tree issuant from a trident. The
Trident.
trident.
Yep.
So,
Do we need
Yes.
to specify the orientation of the hilt?
Nah. I
No,
wouldn't.
if
I
it
wouldn't think
weren't
so.
the way it is, it would be really, really bizarro and kind of has to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, things are issuant from everything, so I have no problems with those. At first I went, but the more I looked at it, I went, yeah, that works.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about the issuant part. I was just making sure, because isn't a sword default point down?
Nope, it's point
That's
up.
an arrow that's
Oh.
default.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Arrow is business point down.
Then I'm good.
All right. Okay, so that's number 10, name and device. Okay, now number 11 is going to be very exciting. All right, name and device for Liliana de Asartis. First, the name, and I love this. She gets her own St. Gabriel report. She sent them a request. They did the thing. They wrote a report, and that was however many years ago. And she is just now submitting. But, you know.
Yeah.
She's one of our new glass people.
One of our what?
New glass people. That only really matters to a couple of us, but
Playing with hot glass.
so they know.
Oh, glass. Like, you have glass people?
Hot glass or cold glass?
Hot glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Molten sand.
All right, so I'm going to say that the name, we're just going to send it up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 11 device. Dear Liliana, Profess Azure and Guarany from Fess Point of 5, or and Azure, a Sun in Splendor, and a Bordure counterchanged. Now, I happen to love this device, but I don't know if this is blazing.
And I think it's okay.
I'm worried that the blazon is that the bordure should not be guaranteed. Because doesn't it sit on top?
Nope, it is. The border's counterchanged, and if the bottom half is truly Guarany, then the border is just fine as rendered. So,
yep.
I mean, the blazon describes it. I don't have a better suggestion.
Hi. Do we need to add that the sun should be above the fess line? Because
it has,
just the way it's framed.
It has to be up there.
Yes.
It can't be on the bottom half because parts of it would be on the yellow parts, and that would be just not okay. So it has to be up there.
I think we do need to specify the color of the sun then.
A Sun in Splendor, or yes, say a Sun in Splendor or in a border counterchanged.
Modar has also found in the ONA a border counterchange of the field.
No, I agree with Marcellus. This is the Guarany is the field. It extends over the border. This is how I would expect it to look by the blazon.
And I don't think we use the terminology of the field.
We don't.
It doesn't add value. It's redundant.
He just found it in the ONA.
Yeah, well, and what date was attached to that that blazon? Because
okay,
could, you know.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, I'm sorry. Herveus, what I'm hearing is of the two suggestions that Modar had put through, you're leaning towards the first blazon.
I'm not.
Profess.
I'm not. I don't have a
Profess Azure.
problem with this blazon as submitted, so long as we explicitly call the sun a Sun in Splendor or and a border counterchanged, and that forces the sun to where it is. We add one word to what was submitted, and
yeah, the original blazon with the addition of a Sun in Splendor or.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at the first. Look at the first blazon, because
I see the difference. The difference between what we have and Modar's first suggestion. We're using the word counterchanged.
Yes.
And we're just saying a border counterchanged and leaving it at that. We don't want to. There's no need to blazon the border as Modar does in his first option.
9 seconds.
And you know what else? If we get it wrong, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Reese will fix it.
This one may just be above our pay grade.
Yeah.
As long as we
No,
add
I see where Yeah, I see where you're going. It just adding the word "or" after splendor, and the rest of it is good to go, and we're not muddying it. I'm following the bouncing ball.
To help
following the bouncing ball.
Just to help force the sun to the top.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call this good and move along.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that the 2 registered items, everything that has counterchanged of the field in it is from anywhere from 91 to 95, and there's 4 things, 2 of which have been reblazoned.
Should I turn the burner off?
No, I'll come and poke at it. My timer just went off. I need to go check things on the stove.
All right. Go ahead and mute. Okay, shall we move along to item number 12?
Yes.
Yes.
All righty. Item number 12 is a new name and device for Lillian de Champagne. She is a member of the Champagne Players, and we said, hey, how about that for a locative? She loved it. So Lillian is a feminine name from Withicum, and de Champagne is documented on a heraldry.sca.org site.
Hi. I was surprised to see the 2 L's in there because I thought Withicum indicated that 1 L was more period and a 2 L was probably a little bit post-period spelling. I helped with this submission at Lily's, so that's what I remember.
Well, it also says continues with Lillian with 2 L's, is found as a Christian name in England in the 16th century.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I don't have it in front of me. All right then.
it's fine.
Okay. Perfect. I think she wanted the 2 L's. She wanted the 2 L's if I remember correctly, and I thought it was just 1. So if she's got 2, she's happy.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
all right then.
And I found no conflicts with that.
All right. So my note is going to say send up. All right. Now her device is per chevron inverted, argent and or, a lily issuant from base, azure slipped and leaved vert within a bordure purpure.
And just to quickly backstep for Shemina, Lillian with 2 L's has been submitted as in 2012 with and passed with both L's. So it's good. That's not a problem.
Oh crap.
Sorry.
Okay, so I will say that whoever colored this, and it might have been her, the lily issuant from base, azure slipped and leave vert. I don't think it's slipped and leave vert.
It's azure. It's all azure.
It looks like there was green at one point, but it may be that it was if you open up the color, it does look like there was green, unless that is just bleeding from the blue. Yep, that might just be blue and yellow bleeding together. Never mind.
Someone may want to check with her real quick.
Well, would the slipped and leaved vert be enough of a change that it might, I don't know, cause a conflict or not?
Nope.
Normally we don't consider that.
Okay, so we wouldn't need to, if she changed the color, we wouldn't need to run this through a whole nother ILOI.
Don't believe so.
All right.
That definitely was colored blue all the way.
Mm-hmm. Modar is making the comment, does the depiction have the lily obscuring too much of the line of division?
Nope.
I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty decent per chevron inverted.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I if I have a concern, it's more with that's kind of an odd looking lily.
Yeah. He says great. He's just wanting to, I think he wanted to make the point more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, I have lilies in bloom out in my backyard, and they're much more clearly trumpet shaped than this. This does not ooze trumpet shapedness. It oozes. I got 4 big petals, which
I think they were trying to avoid trian aspects, so you don't see the. I don't know.
I did a quick Google search, and they're lilies that go both ways. I think it's above our pay grade.
Yeah. Oh, I certainly not suggesting there's anything actionable here, but
does this look like an iris more than a lily? Because heraldically, are they the same?
You know, is that what I? That's actually what I just conflict checked for. It was an iris.
Lilies are flower trumpet shaped.
Yeah, and this is so maybe I did think it was an iris.
That may be more of a concern.
Okay,
well, they will.
She's a member of the Champagne Players. She's probably close to Forgotten Sea. I don't want to take it. I don't want to take on contacting her because I'm not sure I'll have time. Somebody else could probably find her on Facebook.
I can get in touch with her if you can send me her information.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I am. All right. Here we go. Hang on. I have something that may be germane to this discussion. I'm putting in the chat a link. This is PicDick for what they say a lily is or should look like, and it doesn't. We might get some pushback. I mean, I'm all for sending it forward, but just we might get some pushback, but it doesn't look too far off either.
Look at the iris.
Mm-hmm.
It looks more like an iris. So they're going to reblazon it to what the picture is. We can contact her real quick. Go, what did you actually want here? And maybe just pen to the submission for now.
She wanted a lily. She had an embroidered handkerchief she was using as an exemplar. She likes lilies. She wanted a lily.
And her name
she
is
absolutely
Lillian,
wants a lily. Yes.
Yeah, send me her information. I will get in touch with the client and see if she's okay with the heraldic natural lily.
Right, because we've got some time from flash to bang, and if she's good, we can set the whole thing up just like we did we're going to do with the bear. We can change if need be a slipped and leave lily with this lily and say, hey, do you approve this? And we still send it out the door.
Correct.
Okay.
Just so long as the history of what you've done is clearly laid out, that the submitter is on board with what you ended up doing. That's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah, we've been bitten in the past.
You're far from it's not nothing special about you guys. And did the submitter approve this change is a regular question.
Yeah, no, there was one time that the submitter sent new artwork, and we had discussed it in the internal commentary, and the submitter had been made aware that she needed new artwork, and the new artwork came from the submitter herself, and it got administratively returned because we didn't say it loudly in big, bold, capital letters. So believe me, we talk in capital letters on that subject.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I will never forgive the College of Arms for that. And there we are. YouTube is forever. I'm live. I'm saying it.
Well,
Let's move on to item number 13.
And moving along.
Name and device for one Murdoch McLaughlin. So the name Murdoch is from an article by Arianwi, and McLaughlin is from Black. Think we're good?
There's a Murdoch McFarlane, but this is clear.
Okay. All right. Now, this device. Per Ben, Sinister, Wavy, Vert, and Azure. In Bend, an open well, Argent, and a noose ore. I don't like it, but I don't think it breaks any rules. I don't think it's offensive just because there's a noose on it.
You have to work a lot harder to get a fence to kick in. Really.
Yeah, I have reservations. I agree with Volt.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of tasteless, but
you can't return it for that.
No, probably not. Returned, it's above our pay grade to do.
Absolutely. This is one the College of Arms needs the opportunity to weigh in on this and advise Wreath.
All right, so I'm just going to say send it up.
Amen.
I don't find any comments.
Okay. Okay. Item number 14. New name and device for Robin Dunlop. Robin is a variant of Robert, and it's found in an article by Arianwi. And Dunlop is from Rainey and Wilson, and it's dated 1496. So I think we're good on the name, yes?
It's probably worth mentioning that Scots and English are in the same language group. Since we have a Scots name and an English name.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a Senna appendix, whatever the heck.
Appendix C, I think.
Appendix C, yeah.
Yes, C.
Just mentioning that these are both in the same language group.
Right.
All right.
And it makes you look like you were making sure that it was an unacceptable lingual mix or not even a mix as we count them.
Yeah, I think it's not even a mix. So
it doesn't even count as a mix because they're in the same group. But it's good to say that explicitly because it says, "Yep, we checked it."
Over documentation in this case is not going to hurt.
Yep.
Not at this level. Not that's certainly not pushing it. You can do it.
All right. So the device, Argent, a brown horse rampant, maintaining a leather flask proper, charged with an apple, or an oral of roses rules.
So the submitter really wanted the fact that he made apple rose wine on his device along with the horse for his daughter. He did it himself. I think it is above our pay grade to return this for identifiability.
That's a fantastic
question.
And I love those roses.
Yes, and that was all done by hand.
And the fact that he showed up at our table with slot machine and ended up with this. So
this,
yeah,
I'm kind of twitching on a tertiary on a maintained charge, and Wreath needs the opportunity to weigh in on that. It would be much better if the horse was charged on the shoulder with the apple.
I try to get him to go for cutie mark, but
well, I mean, charging a critter on the shoulder with something like that is an unremarkable kind of thing to do.
Right, but what he wants is the wine flask, the apple rose wine.
Yeah, okay.
Modar is in agreement with Zanita.
But
But again, I think he's agreeing that this is above our pay grade.
It is drawn quite well.
Would the flask help if we used the redrawn emblazons that Modar provided with the leather?
I would have to ask that.
Maybe I personally am thinking send it up as is.
Okay.
I would be worried about sending up Modars for the only for the idea that the re-emblazon looks like the flask is much greater visual weight than a maintained charge.
Right, and I'm sure he did that on purpose so that it could be, but
yeah.
Modar also mentions that to send the ones submitted. So
okay,
it might end up with an artist note of draw the flask a bit bigger.
Yeah.
That's a possible outcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my note then says send it up and get ready for a fight.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens.
Yep.
I've had a really good string of luck in my submissions lately, so I might as well start some stuff. So
Oh, okay.
Blame it on me. I'll take it.
All right. I mean, that's a fantastic horse. We've got to get this guy to come draw heraldic art for us.
And he paid us in a bottle of wine.
I didn't get any of it.
I didn't get any of it either. It was just sitting there. I think we sent it home with somebody.
Yeah, no, not I.
All right. Okay.
Well,
anyway.
At least it didn't make it home.
Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's still sitting on the table at Lily's.
Oh, that's sad.
That would be no, somebody took it home, I'm sure. Okay, item number 15, new name and device for Celine of Lesbos. First, the name. We have Celine from LGPN, and of Lesbos is a locative that has been registered before, and I cribbed the documentation from Oscar.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I found no conflicts on that name.
All right.
And prefers LA. Oh, are we still using Lingua Anglica, or are we still going to Lingua Societatis?
It just got published on a palimpsest letter, so we're currently still Lingua Anglica.
Okay.
That was the most recent palimpsest.
Okay.
It's a very deliberate process to try to get it reasonably right on the first pass.
Yeah, we hope.
Of officialness.
Right. Yep.
All right. The device per pale, per pure invert, a tree blasted and eradicated argent, and there is a conflict with Joseph of Loxley.
And so this is withdrawn for next month, right?
Exactly. So I have already talked to the submitter. She likes the new device, and she is okay with us holding the name back 1 month so that the new device can go on an internal letter.
You could send the name up and not send the device up until it's ready.
Right. We think that the device will be ready and it'll only hold back for 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah. He also approves the extra root structure, so there's no question that this is eradicated. Okay. Okay. So return for conflict. Resub. Next letter. Next ILOI specifically. All right. So moving right along, number 16, a new device for Svala Ulfsdotter. And has her name been, I think her name has been registered, right? But Oscar doesn't recognize it. Somebody with a new tab. So meanwhile,
registered January 2018.
Okay.
Let's see here.
All right, add the note
with exactly the accents as presented here.
Okay.
I'm whose daughter? Yep. That.
Okay.
Registered January 2018.
All right. So, the device.
It is clear of a conflict, so it's good there.
I think this is a fine-looking hammer.
I agree. I like it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would not want to be hit with that even wearing armor.
No.
Hey, non-Herald looked at it and went, "Oh, it's a winged hammer."
Oh,
And
that's
dang, that would be a neat design for an armorer. So
it.
All right.
Might get an artist note about making the wings a little more even, but
Yeah.
but it's a worse submission.
And of course, even Gold Falcon mentioned we have period examples where two parts are somewhat dissimilar to fill space.
Yeah.
and somebody will probably kvetch about the indented line on the border, and they can bite me.
Agreed.
That's what I want to say.
That is true.
That's an artist.
I saved you the trouble of saying it. I mean, it's an indented border is easy to really mangle up. This is not a bad attempt. It's plainly what it is. It might get an artist note. I don't think it's returnably. It could stand to have slightly, fewer repeats. I don't think it quite rises to pinking shear.
Okay. All right, then. Shall we move along to number 17?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Okay. Number 17, a badge for Tola Rufus daughter. Fieldless, a stag's skull affronty or surmounting 2 arrows inverted in saltier sable. I'm perfectly okay with Gawain's reblazon.
Agreed.
I agree.
This was a Gulf Wars submission. I received it after Gulf Wars, but I finally tracked her down and got her to pay for it. So that's why it's on the Lily's War letter. Okay, copy. Reblazon. Anybody else have anything to add? Anything from YouTube?
The one thing that you need to add to Gawain's blazon, fieldless, 2 arrows inverted in saltier sable.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
There's no saltier in his.
Inverted in saltier.
Yeah.
She is real close to somebody else, but they've got green arrows.
That's
and hers
enough.
are black, so she's got it clear.
One for the fieldless bribe and anything else.
And the primary charge being different. So yeah.
No, it's the exact same design.
I meant primary charge being a different color if we're making the arrows.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
which
counts
is
as
the only change.
one thing.
It counts. It's clear.
Yield this bribe for the win.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to number 18. Oh, we're almost done.
So close.
All right, number 18, a new name for Ingvar Bjarnakarl. Ingvar is from Gearbasi, and Bjarnakarl is from the Viking Answer Lady and all of the places she has it from. Fellows Jensen.
It also looks like Ingvar is on her list too. Viking Answer Lady.
Ah, right.
So it's truly a double from her. So
Viking Answer Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to make a note to send up. And the device. Irony Arondi, Azure and Argent, 2 bears combatant. Now, I am not sure if this is azure and argent, or if it's argent and azure. But the center point is not covered up by the charge, so there's no SFPP.
And I think it's azure and argent.
I think it's argent and azure.
I think Chief comes from, I don't.
If you look at the blow up, it doesn't quite hit that corner.
Oh,
but
because of the curl.
Black and white, the line goes up to the corner, and on the color one, because this was obvious, it's like, here, draw something, now trace it so that we can have something to color.
Uh-huh.
So the line is intended to go to the corner, even though it doesn't actually reach the corner on the black and white that I'm seeing.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, they'll fix it.
And it doesn't. And for conflict, it just doesn't matter.
Not for Girony, no.
even the Heraldic doesn't count for conflict on Girony.
Yeah.
The Heraldic is the same as a straight line when it's more than 4 parts.
Uh-huh.
Morceless has to remember that when he's indexing.
I think these bears are quite recognizable bears.
They're great war bears.
Yeah, they're bears.
They're bears.
They're spring bears. They're little
bears
hibernating, but they're bears. So anybody who says that they are not bears is wrong.
We need to make Kevin register.
See my comment on the border indented, right?
Yeah.
Be careful;
Anybody
these
can
charges
come to Lily
can
and do the art themselves.
Exactly. I'll see you at Lily's War next year. You come and draw this stuff.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to say for that device, I'm going to say send it up as is.
Yep.
Okay. Send up. And then the last item, number 19.
Woo.
A new device for Zafara Babur. Per Ben Sinister Sable. All right, per Ben Sinister. Sable Plumety or a quill pen bendwise sinister and in base an inkpot sable. I am not sure if this arrangement of quill and inkpot, gosh, it's beautifully drawn, but I'm not sure if it's heraldic.
I had no idea.
I agree that I would like to see the ink pot down in the crevice of the base, according to the blazon.
Yeah, she drew it and we went, oh crap. Or I went, oh crap, how do I blazon that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would be even better if she had left the tip of the quill pen in the ink pot.
Yes,
Which
Modar
kindly provided us.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see that. Thank you, Modar.
Yeah, I didn't see it either until now.
But it's an obvious thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, she went to a lot of work to get the sable plumety and then we sort of didn't have the heart to say, okay, you have to redraw the whole thing again because of the quill and the pen, the quill and the ink pot.
Mm-hmm.
She had originally used the other type of plumety too, so it looked like an square line,
right?
So she already it was the end of the day.
It was the end of the war. This was on
the end of the war.
I saw her on Friday kind of finishing it up, but I think she started it on Thursday. But yeah. End of the day, end of the war.
Yeah.
Send it up.
Yeah. Has anybody contacted her to let her know that there might be an issue?
I have not.
Okay. So who
She's the
wants
only tower. Make Nikolai do it.
He's extraordinary after all. Sorry, I had to.
No, you're not sorry.
No, of course I'm not.
No.
We don't believe that part.
Well, okay, so should we pend it?
I think you could return it at Kingdom over the issue. I think this is enough of a thing where you could return it. So however that actually manifests itself.
I mean, we've got a lovely. All right, so here's the thing: we've got this lovely redraw from Modar, and I'm sure if we say pretty please, he'll also provide the line drawing so that it can all just go. It could go onto the external letter with the submitter's approval.
Yes.
Do we think it's a big enough change that it needs to sit on an internal letter for a month?
No.
I don't see that change would be any kind of would do anything for a conflict check.
No, it's really more a matter of, okay, do you want the ink pot here or do you want the ink pot there?
Right.
Well, the only thing is it going to make it one charge instead of two? I know they're in the same charge group currently-ish.
Well, it's still an ink pot and a pen.
Field, it's not slot machine or anything because there's only the pen and the pot, so we're fine.
Right.
They don't. They're still two separate charges.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But they're, issuant from.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, see, I know how to blazon that one if it was sticking out of the ink pen or ink
pot.
thing.
All right, let me try and reach out to her. Oh, why am I saying it? Why am I taking this on? Okay.
Why don't we have Nikolai? Is there any problem with Nikolai?
He's not here. If he were in this meeting right now, I would say, here you go. But what would happen if we sent an email to him and then I think it would add a layer of, although,
okay,
Gottfried,
the 5th or 6th.
Yep.
Hey, no, Gottfried.
It's yes.
Why don't you contact Nikolai?
That's either I contact Nikolai or I contact the submitter telephonically and say, hey, either or. Right. I got this thing.
Time?
Modar has mentioned he'll need to work up a line drawing, but
right, but we're talking about the redraw that he did with the quill coming out of the pot itself.
Exactly.
Check.
And I said, if we say pretty please, Modar will work up a line drawing, and he just said yes, he will. So thank you.
And then she doesn't even have to worry about having to redo everything. It is done for her. Here you go. Just would you approve this change?
Right.
He said he just took the color version and fudged it. So he'll have to make.
It's a good fudge.
I agree.
The only thing I'd worry about is that Zafara is an artist and a scribe. She might want her own work on her submission. I don't know her well enough to say yes or no to that, but it's just
I
floating the idea so that no one's shocked if it happens.
Thank you, Kamena. I think that's a fair point, but I do think
going back on mute.
Thanks. I think she'll be cool about it, but yeah, that's a fair point. But I think she'll be cool about it.
And Modar has appended that he is glad to do the line drawing if it's needed.
Modar is awesome.
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay, so the note is that Gottfried will take point on contacting Nikolai or the submitter for approval.
Yes.
Of new artwork. And if approved, it can go on. You're not on mute. It can go on the LOI. All right, folks, we have made it through this letter. Everybody scroll back to the top. I'm going to scroll to the top of my notes and read them back to make sure that I haven't missed something. All right. Item number 1, the badge. We're going to forward the redraw to Laurel because we have submitter's approval, right? As approved. Okay. Number 2, the name. Forward it to Laurel as is. Number 3, the title. Forward it to Laurel. Number 4, Reblazon as Fieldless on a Baker's Peel, Bendwise Sinister, or a Cross of Calatrava, Palewise Purpure, and send it up.
Yep.
Number 5, the name. We want to send it up, but we need to contact the submitter about whether he wants a masculine name or not. And I've got Dorcas or Gottfried, so I don't know. I could maybe take point on one of them, on that one. Number 5, the device. Reblazon as per Fess, Sable, and Ghouls, a Fess embattled between 3 crosses, crosslet Fitchy, and a bear statant maintaining a bow, Palewise, or, but also we're going to see if we can get a redraw with the accompanying approval before the external letter. And if we can't get a redraw before the external letter, I think we're going to pend it until we get a redraw. We're going to, because, yeah, I think that's what we've got. Number 6, the name is send up. Number 6, the device, we must return for conflict with Garen Lautermilch. Number 7, the name is send up. And the device, Reblazon Purpure 2 spears in Saltire or in Chief, a moon in her plentitude, and a Borgier Argent.
I apologize. Modar has specified on the Reblazon for the device on 5. Coffin. It's a bear stanton erect. Otherwise, the bear is on 4 feet, not 2.
Oh, thank you. Got it. Okay, that was number 5. All right, I got that. Number 7. Okay, we got the Reblazon. Number 8, the name. Forward it as is with a note. Add a note that adding Cornelius would be acceptable if necessary. Number 9, the name.
No, number 7.
Yes.
Plenitude only has 1 T in it.
It's not plentitude?
No, it's plenitude.
Plenitude, darn it. Okay. Well, now that I did not know. All right, fine. Cool. Number 9, the name. Forward it to Laurel with Frida's extra documentation. Number 10, send up the name. The device on number 10, Reblazon as Vert, a tree blasted issuant from a sword hilt within a Borgier Argent. Number 11, the name, send it up. Number 11, the device, Reblazon just to fix the spelling error. So it's per Fess, Azure, and Girony from Fess point of 5, or in Azure, a sun in splendor, or, and a Borgier counterchanged. Anybody have anything to say about that before I zip on past it?
That's good for now.
Okay. Number 12, the name, we're going to send it up. Number 12, the device, we're going to Reblazon per chevron inverted argent and ore, a lily issuant from base slipped and leaved Azure within a Borgier Purpure. But we need to contact the submitter and ask, does she want the slipping and leaving Vert? And does she want an iris or a lily? Because this seems to be a picture of an iris, not a lily. So we need to hear back from, who's going to take, somebody else was going to take point on that.
I was going to contact her. I'm actually about to message her right now.
Okay, you found her, so you don't need me to send you her email address. Okay.
Nope, I contacted Logan Monroe.
Oh, right, of course. Take point. Thank you, Giovanni. Item number 13, the name and device just both send up. Item number 14, the name. Mention SENA Appendix C, that this is a reasonable mix, except it's not a mix, and send it up. Item 14, the device, send it up. Item 15. Now, the name is good. but the device has a conflict, and we have a redesign all ready to go. So 15, the name and device, the name is good, but we're going to hold it for another month and send it up with the device redesign next month. Number 16, the device, we're going to add a note that the name is in fact already registered, but we're going to send it up. And I don't know, maybe Oscar will catch that it's registered, but okay. Number 17, the badge. Reblazon as fieldless 2 arrows inverted in saltire sable, surmounted by a stag skull of fronty ore. Number 18, the name and device, both just send them up. And number 19, the device, Gottfried will take point on contacting Nikolai or the submitter for approval of new artwork. And if approved, it can go on ELOI this month. And Modar is going to get us a line drawing. Okay. Provide line art. Okay. Does anybody else have anything else? Okay. So, thank you for joining us. The next decision meeting, and I pull my calendar out of the drawer. The next decision meeting will be the 4th Monday in August, which is the 27th. And I think we are done with this letter. Thank you all. Thank you, Modar, for helping us on YouTube. Thanks for watching, those of you who will be watching later. And thanks everybody else for attending. And now I'm going to click the little turn off the broadcast. Bye.